The birth of the Ottoman Empire came from the relationship between the Shaykh and the Murid. The dream of Sultan Osman Ghazi came from the adab that he showed to the Holy Quran in the Dergahı of his Shaykh, Shaykh Edeb Ali. And every Ottoman Sultan following Osman Ghazi stayed in the sohbat of a Shaykh and was affiliated with a tariqat and honored, and they deferred to the sultans of the Akhirat, the awliya Allah. The great Ottoman Wali, Hazrat Ismail Hakkı Bursevi, is explaining this, saying, the pillars of Sultanate rest on the breaths of the awliya. And it is through them that the affairs of the state are organized. A house cannot stand if one of its pillars is missing. The house of the state cannot stand without the pillars of sainthood. Every sultan needs a sheikh because the sultanate came into existence through its association with a sheikh. These words were not a theory for the Ottomans. The Ottomans, they lived with these words. The Ottoman civilization is the only one in history where the highest ideals of tasawwuf, they were taken and applied to every aspect of life. Yes, we see the beauty of tasawwuf and ihsan when we look at the beautiful tall minarets and the domes of the great jamis that are all over the Ottoman lands. Yes, we see the beauty of tariqat when we look at the discipline and protocol that existed within the palace between the pashas and the wazirs and the sultans. Yes, we see the haybat of Islam when we read the du'as and the firmans of the sultans, but we also see the beauty of tariqat when we look at the places where the simple people would live. We can see that there were people who were concerned with building water fountains that would last until Judgment Day so that people could drink clean water. We can see that at almost every street, on every corner, there is a grave of a friend of Allah, and that the people still up till today stop and show respect and read Fatiha while they pass. We see that the people were so in love with the Holy Prophet ﷺ that they would plant gardens of roses in their houses just to remember him and send salawats to him. The Ottoman culture was a culture that showed the heights to which the Muslims, they're capable of ascending. And because of this adab towards Allah and His Prophet, the Ottomans became the instruments through which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enacted His will on the earth. The Ottoman sultans, their dawlat, they were a fulfillment of the hadith. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, I will be the hand with which He strikes and the eye with which He sees. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave the Ottoman sultans victory and hibat exactly because they were living only for His sake and for His pleasure. This is why Sultan Murad I was part of 37 military campaigns, none of which he lost. This is why Sultan Mehmed Fatih Khan was able to conquer and enter Constantinople and ennoble it. He did not sack it. He ennobled it to become Islambul. This is why the Holy Prophet ﷺ instructed Sultan Selim to go to Egypt to be dressed with the khirqa of Khilafat, because the Ottoman sultans were not concerned at all with their tribe or their family or their race. Their only desire and their only policy was to be the Khalifa of Allah on the earth. They live truly as the inheritors of the Holy Prophet.